Okay, seeing as I broke my brand new pane of glass yesterday that I picked up, and now the techniques I apparently work, I went online for more info to learn how to cut glass better. And I don't know, I think all techniques, I just tried a technique here, putting a dowel underneath, and instead of tapping it with this ball, which it says, you know, that's what it's there, that's what it's on the cutter for. Everybody just says put a dowel underneath, push down, snap. Okay, I did these two. This, and it took a couple, it broke, and then a couple other pieces took a couple breaks, and this one did the same thing, like 3 breaks. And then the first one I did left it broke into the piece, so that was no good. So I did. But there's some other stuff I've done. Is if this slides around too much, I'm just using this wood thing now because my ruler is too slidey, so I'm using this wood piece here. They said if it slides too much, take some masking tape, and of course I didn't have a cut and I can't find the end. There it is. Put some masking tape on it. Apparently it keeps it from sliding around, so it's like slick right now. Well, didn't even pull on there though. Kind of cool. That's another thing you said is to make sure the glass is in like a warm environment. Well, I don't have a warm environment. It's 40 degrees out today. Okay, no, that's a little better. It holds grips a little bit. So I was thinking about heating the line up. I use this to shrink tubing, you know, like when you do wiring, and you put a tube over the end of the connector, and I heat it up. I've had a couple of these, but most of them, they don't have a flame high enough. If you do work outdoors, they don't have flame high enough to do anything. And this thing has a pretty good flame on it. I don't even remember how to work this thing. Don't use it that often. But it's got a pretty good flame on it. And of course, probably out of fuel. Got a holder, so I can hold it. And that's about it. And it's got to fill it through the bottom. I can't remember the length. I don't know. I got this. Menards or Home Depot or someplace, but it holds the flame in the wind. That's one thing I wanted. So if I was doing like if you're working outside and you're trying to shrink some tubing, because I love that heat shrink tubing, it's better than tape. And I also use that electrical tape, or the electrical liquid tape. Use that too. And I was thinking, well, okay, I need to heat the glass up. I'll probably shatter it. They say that, you know, glass should be the right temperature. So I figured I'll make a pass on this. Warming the glass up a bit. You know what? To tell you the truth, I doubt if any of this. Another thing they said is if, what is there's something about when you make a cut, or when you make a score, that you have to snap it immediately because they say, I don't understand how that could be, because this is like crystal, but they say that once you make the cut in it, that you have to snap it immediately. You can't like let it sit a day. They say it starts curing, that it's the score is most brittle when you, like within seconds after you score it. Otherwise it heals itself. Now I don't understand how that could even be, because it's glass, and well, that heat didn't do anything to that. But I mean, I've talked too long. But and I found out these are for taking off like there's like a little jagged edge on there, and you need, these are like nibblers or whatever you call them, and you snap that. So, and they're also, I just watched this one guy, he said you drag it from one end towards you instead of, I've been pushing it. And the drag, the push technique, I came backwards and I came offline. So I'm going to use a push technique. Say, I don't know, maybe it's nothing, but I think it's from pulling it on. You have a smoother thing if you pull it onto the glass, and then you drop it off the glass instead of the little bit you try to push onto the glass, and then you push all the way down. So it might be that little bit at the end that does something too, but I feel I get a straighter line. So far I've got like 2 crooked lines from pulling it, because I don't know, it's my hand turn, but pushing it seemed to give me a straighter line. So I'm going to continue to push it. Now, when I do, what they say is you put that right there on the dowel. What the heck is it? Right on the dowel, right on the cut, and then just push down. Throw my gloves on in case this thing shatters on me. I don't know if this is right. Okay, they're wrong. Man, that's like that ain't even breaking. Now, it hasn't really broken under the line too much yet. I don't know what the heck's wrong, why it ain't breaking. Look at that. That ain't right. That's horrible. I'm not going to practice. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back to my old technique here, because I haven't had it snap as soon as I put a camera on. It didn't work. And this still slides around. One more time. Horrible. I don't like that at all. But it's a nibbler. Apparently I am not one. Me and glass apparently are at odds. That's what I'm getting. So there I've showed you the techniques that I've learned, which doesn't help. In fact, it's made it worse.